Hey guys, Odd Couple Statue Reviews here with another review video. I'm Adrian.
This is Jason.
And today we'll be doing the Terminator Genesis quarter scale Endoskeleton by Chronicle Collectibles, so stay tuned.
Welcome back, guys. So yeah, we're going to be doing the quarter scale Endoskeleton from Chronicle Collectibles today. Before we get into it, massive shout out to our subscribers, guys.
Big shout out. Thank you so much, guys, for your support.
Huge influx of subscribers recently.
And that's to the new and also to the people that started with us when we first started the channel.
Yeah, special thanks, guys. You guys know who you are. We love the comments. We love the feedback, guys.
Just the interaction with everyone is awesome.
We're doing this also because one of our subscribers, Chris Harris, has actually asked to see it.
Yeah.
He's a big Terminator fan, and he said he hadn't actually heard anything about this piece, so he wanted to find a little bit more about it. Now, before we get into it, we'll go into a bit of the history of the Terminator franchise.
It's quite a bit through the movies.
Yeah, look, I mean, I was a youngster when the first Terminator came out. It was absolutely amazing. 1984. I still remember when Arnold Schwarzenegger came on the screen as that Terminator, and it was terrifying. Look, there's been many iterations. There was the 1984 one, the sequel in 91, which was the Terminator 2.
Probably one of the most
famous,
because of the Terminator.
And I believe they were doing a re-release of it in 3D for the 20th anniversary of it and stuff like that as well. So,
that'd be pretty awesome.
Then there was the 2003 Rise of the Machines, where it went into a bit of a different story arc and that. 2009 Terminator Salvation, which was sort of like the last in that before they've done the new reboot in 15 of Terminator Genesis, which is where this guy's from.
Yep.
Now, look, the statue itself looks absolutely fantastic.
It does. Well, guys, you got to hear a bit of a pro and a con thing here on this one. Jason, I'd say you get first, but before CV.
Oh yeah, guys, look, the Collectiverse. We've now become full members of the Collectiverse. We're actually part of the weekly chat. There's great shows and everything on this site.
So if you haven't checked it out, check it out.
Yeah, check out the website, guys. Really check out the website, particularly if you're another a person like ourselves that does reviews and stuff like that. This is just basically a collective group where we're trying to grow the community and get rid of a lot of the animosity, like, a lot of the hatred and infighting and stuff like that, like he said, she said, and stuff like that. So we're getting away from that. And basically, if you love your statues like us, we recommend you join up, become a member on the site, and basically they'll catalogue all your videos and everything for you and just give you another medium to reach the people. We all know how bad the YouTube search engine is and stuff like that, so it's a really good thing in that regard. Yep. But look, before we got into the statue, I did gloss over a bit of the history, okay? So the T800 series isn't the first of the series, of course, hence by the name. There was the T100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600,
so you can see 700,
800. Now, the T800 was built as an infiltration unit. So it's a metal endoskeleton, cybernetic metal endoskeleton, covered by living human tissue. So this was an infiltration unit to actually find groups of survivors and that in the resistance and that, join the group, come back and then turn on them and kill everyone.
Which movie was that? The one before Genesis?
Salvation.
Salvation. That was a perfect example of infiltration. When they first created it and they had the giant experiment, they found a lab where they were doing it. That was one of my favourites, but I think my most favourite was Genesis. I thought that was just an awesome concept, how it had a fail-safe, the robots made a fail-safe, Skynet made a fail-safe, so if it was to be terminated, like the system, it would send automatically a Terminator back to reset it. And I thought, when I was younger and I watched Terminator 1 and then 2 and stuff, it just blew my mind. I remember when I was young, how the concept of going back in time
to
ensure the outcome in the future, especially by Skynet, a computer.
In the old days, all it really was, like, really for the stories that introduce you into time travel and, like, the concepts of time travel was Back to the Future and Terminator.
Yeah.
Back to the Future was a light-hearted comedy, and this was a dark and gritty.
Especially the first one was the darkest, because then it went a bit lighter. They tried to make it a bit lighter in the other films, but the first one was pure seriousness, everything. It was awesome. The first movie was awesome. I think it was rated. Was it rated R? I'm not sure. Pretty sure it was.
No, the rating classifications were a bit different back in them days. So, and look, in saying that too, with rating classifications here in Australia are a lot different than other countries around the world. Like, for example, in America...
R would be
to get an R classification in America, you have to be pretty hardcore. To get one here, it's not very hard to do at all.
I thought it was the other way around.
No. And then we've got the new classification here, MA, which is for mature audiences, which is sort of like... which lessened it a bit and took away...
Oh, so that's the change. Because I usually find movies that go R there, now got MA here.
Yeah.
So it's just like that. But anyway, I want to go to the statue. I actually want to say a few things. Jason, do you have anything to start it off?
Look, I'm going to start off with the positives.
Yeah.
Look, the statue itself is immaculately designed. Is a really fitting is a very good representation of the T-800 from the Terminator Genesis. You see the subtle differences, like in the chest plate armor and stuff like that.
That's probably the major differences.
Yeah,
from the
I mean they did put a lot of thought and effort into the actual sculpt and that of it.
We had to, man, with the Terminator one.
Otherwise
people would realise it just wrecked.
And I mean, look, the light-up feature on him is pretty simplistic. You just lift the top head panel here, and there's a switch. You just flick.
And yes, we've actually put batteries in it since the unboxing video.
Yes, guys, doesn't come with batteries, so I had to go down and buy some. And the other thing is, too, it doesn't come with a handbook to tell you which batteries bloody go in it, so you need to do your research and find out which ones go in it.
Which batteries do go in it? Do you
yes, 357 button batteries, guys, so you need two of. Okay, two 357.
So remember that if I was getting the statue right.
Now look...
To the cons.
To the cons. I mean, we've gone through all the positives, alright? It's plastic. It's bloody plastic.
It's plastic.
Okay, now, a pro to it too is that from a distance, I'm sure you watching this here can't see that it's plastic. But it's completely plastic.
Yeah.
There is no metal parts on this whatsoever. So if you're expecting to buy this at a cheaper price than, say, the Sideshow T800 Endo, which is all metal, you're going to be very disappointed.
Which is another
okay. Now, Chronicle Collectibles brought out a lot of great products.
Yeah.
This nearly killed the company. Okay?
Very serious.
Because they predominantly do a lot of Terminator stuff.
Yep.
So they do like the heads and like the endo heads and all that sort of stuff as well. They've got really good Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator ones and that they've done in the past, and actual other Terminator endos that they've done in the past that are spot on and 100% perfect. So when this came out and they were charging the same as what they previously charged and people got it and it was plastic, needless to say they weren't impressed.
Yeah.
And because it was plastic, a lot of the rods and stuff like that got broken in transport and stuff like that too. So, bit of a fail in that regard. And I mean, look, I've just noticed something here too. Like, this gives you an idea of like the bad casting process. The plate here at the back, let's see here where it's on properly, and you can see where it's meant to join here, but it doesn't because it was plastic. And so when it was cast, it moved. So there's little imperfections that you will pick up, as you can see there. Like you can see where it was meant to clip into that part there.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can move that over.
I wouldn't try that.
No, and I mean, that's the thing. Like, there's no movement in this thing whatsoever.
So dear God, don't try it.
The other thing too, like, if they were going with the plasma cannon and stuff, they could have actually spent a bit of money to make it light.
That's what I was going to say, Jason. Continuing from that, guys, my biggest con on this, other than it being plastic and the prices actually cost for a plastic statue, what's up with the gun? And better yet, what's up with the painting on the gun, like the laser part and stuff, looks like scribbled in. It just looks like pretty downward statue.
They're charging $1,300 for this at Pop Culture. Now, guys, sorry. No, definitely not worth it. No. Wasn't even worth the $600 US that Chronicle put the price tag on. In saying that, though, it sold out.
Yeah, it did.
So if you were looking for that cheaper alternative than the $1,200 for a T800 Endo from Sideshow or something like that, like a metal one. Yeah, I mean, he is. I mean, if you were doing like a diorama or something like that, where you wanted to have like a battlefield and stuff like that, this is fantastic. Now, there was also guys selling the ones where there was imperfections and broken and stuff like that at a way cheaper price too. Yeah. I think they're all sold out too. But I personally know about 3 or 4 people that bought like 4 or 5 of them broken ones really cheap, just to have like, you know, the glowing heads in pieces and that on a battlefield diorama, and that
is pretty cool.
Yeah, it looked really good. Yep. So in that regard, look, if you're doing it to build like a diorama or something like that, yeah, you can get away with it. But if this is going to be your standalone Terminator T800 Endo piece, you're going to be very disappointed.
And maybe not. Like, maybe not. If you're a real hardcore
and I'm not, like, if you're a person who owns this, I'm very sorry if I've offended you. You know what I mean? It's just that we collect high-end collectibles, and when you spend a lot of money on something, you expect value for money.
Well, it's like we like Terminator 2. It's just a bit disappointing with the cost of a plastic statue. It seems a bit
like
weird.
Case in point. I'm going to be honest. I bought quite a few of these.
Yeah.
Okay, because when I saw the price, I was like, oh wow, man, that's fantastic for a Terminator Endo. That's awesome. You know, I really want Terminator. So I did have a large Terminator collection, which I've recently got rid of in the last year or so, to concentrate more on my superheroes collection. But what I was going to say in that regard, I'm selling these like 500. You know what I mean? Like, because I just couldn't justify charging people what they were charging them retail, you know? So that gives you an indication. Like, if I'm selling them half price and thinking that that's fair, then, you know, that's a good idea to say that, look, man, you know, what they tried to charge at the first off was a bit of a rip.
So overall, what would you say? What's your rating out of 10?
I give him a 5.
A 5?
Right? Like, he's not horrible.
No,
you know, he's great to look at. As I said, like, you looking at this through the camera and that, the LED feature's fantastic. The eyes are really bright, and like as you can see, we've got him lit up now, and it's light in here, so we didn't have to dim the lights or anything to show you the feature. But look, in saying that, yeah, I can only give it a 5. Look, the plastic is the main thing.
Yeah.
Some parts plastic, and that no worries, I can get away with. But I mean, he's light as. Like, the base actually weighs more than the statue, and the base isn't made of polystone or anything either, it's just plastic.
Yeah.
You know, so... And look, the one other thing I'll notice on these too, they didn't have the ES number on the bottom. It's only on the box.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You know what I mean? So I didn't understand that either.
Yeah, it kind of kills it a bit.
Because, I mean, you know, you want to have to go ferret for your box to find out what edition number you've got, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, with myself, I'm going to give it a thumbs down, guys. Reasoning is, yeah, plastics are con and so forth, and the pricing's a bit like, how you going? But the gun's the big thing for me that I would not want.
And it could have been such a great feature. Like, if that was lit
That's what I'm
up
saying.
or
That's what
something.
I was thinking. If it was a light-up feature or something with the eyes, that would be amazing. That would
you probably forget the fact that it was plastic.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care, because I'm not going to play with it
I
anyway.
find like how they painted it on and just the way it looks and stuff just doesn't really fit well. It kind of kills the statue. Like, the plastic, but it's still, as we said, it looks still really cool. Yeah. So if they actually made the gun decent, in my opinion...
Yeah, look, the hydraulics are done perfect. It looks very film accurate, you know? So if you've already got, like, say, the T800 Endo from Sideshow and stuff like that, and you wanted to Terminator Genesis one, you can't go wrong. Like, you know, I mean, particularly if you can get him on the cheap. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, but don't pay retail. Like, retail.
You can do what you want, we just suggest not to.
Yeah, that's our recommendation, don't pay retail for this.
So yeah, that's a thumbs down from me. So,
but anyway, guys, so that's our review of the piece. That's for you, Chris Harris, at your request, so thanks very much for requesting it, mate.
Guys, comment, like and subscribe, and also with the commenting, what do you think?
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you guys. Yeah, I mean, we love to reply to your feedback and that too, so... If you've got questions or you've got thoughts or feelings on yourself, maybe if you own one and you want to defend the piece, that's fine. We'd love to hear from you.
Little facts that we've missed out or so.
Little things.
Just talk to us, guys, and we'll talk back. It's all good. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.
And enjoy the close-up, guys.